This is the Backroads Podcast. Let's do this. Welcome to the Backroads Podcast. Now, here's your host, Chris Hobbs.
Well, all right. Welcome back in to the Backroads Podcast. Got my buddy Rodney Turner to the left of me once again.
Hey,
Mr. Lee Pitts is on the phone with us. Out of Cedar Bluff, Alabama, on the banks of Weiss Lake. Lee, how's it going, buddy?
Man, doing good. Sitting out here, just getting home, getting everything kind of hooked up, ready to go and do it again tomorrow.
I hear you. I got to make one correction before we get into the meat of the show here, and that's on the last show we were talking about Gedney's Restaurant.
Our favorite.
Our favorite. I said mistakenly that they're in Ranburne, Alabama, but they're not. They're in Roanoke, Alabama. But you could see how I made that mistake, right?
No.
Damn.
He's not going to pawn it on me, Lee. No.
Yeah, no.
Kelly, it was not me.
Ranburne, Roanoke. They both start with R's.
Just Google it next time. Don't use us for a reference. Just Google it.
Yeah, we're not Google Maps over here.
We will tell you it's good eating.
So anyway,
Take
once
it from
again,
two fat
Roanoke,
guys.
Alabama is where Gedney's is. Excellent steaks, great salad bar, good service. Check
I'm
them out.
steal something from Rick and Bubba. Two fat guys. Just take it from two fat guys.
Yeah,
It's good.
There you go. Yeah, that's not a lie there. Well, Lee, I know you
Glad
want
y'all didn't put me in there with you.
Well, Lee, I know you've been on Guntersville today.
Yeah.
Everybody would like to know about Guntersville. So what's going on?
It was, it really, I guess for this time of year, I had some higher hopes that what we did, but we caught a lot of fish. I mean, it wasn't one of those deals where, you didn't catch any fish. It was one of those days you just watch the weather. But like I said, we caught some fish, 3.5, 4 pounds. But, we were really, really hoping to catch one of those Guntersville big ones.
Well, that's the difference in Guntersville and every other lake.
Yeah.
Is, you
got a
caught some
chance.
3.5, 4 pounders,
Yeah.
But if you say that on any of the Coosa River, the Coosa lakes, you're going to go, man, we caught 3.5, 4 pounders all day. And then somebody's going to go, you're a damn lie.
Yeah, they're there to catch for sure.
Well, what were y'all throwing and what was working for you?
Man, we started out trying to throw topwater, through buzz baits and some whopper ploppers and even a spook a little bit, and never had a fish come up. And I don't know what the deal was, but we were fishing some places that in the past I've caught them, and we never had a fish come up top. So we had to swap over to like a skinny dipper, a DT4, DT6, little crankbait, ticking that grass and just stopping it. It was something today, and I saw several of my buddies out there on the water, and they were having the same deal. Hey, we're seeing fish, we're getting bites, but they just don't want to eat it. And that's how it was with us. Even me throwing a crankbait, I had to tick that grass and just stop it and maybe quiver it a little bit to just get a bite.
What are we looking at? Humps or wood, rock?
No, grass.
Grass?
Looking at the high spots out there, and what we were doing, some of the backwater areas out in front of the creeks and some of these little pockets that had some grass in that 4 or 5 foot range. And, we even tried getting up tight on the bank, but it just didn't seem to work. But the fish seemed to be holding out in that 4 or 5 foot top range and dropping off to 8, 10 off the sides.
Those last couple of days, it probably killed off most of it out there, didn't it? Everything mustard looking now.
Yeah, it's getting there, and like I said, it's kind of getting there a little bit, but there's still some thick stuff. I don't think it's got quite cold enough yet, but it is starting to get where we need it to.
What's the last time we was up there, the gnats was pretty bad. And usually when the gnats are bad, it's when the fish are biting up there.
Well, didn't see much of that today, and I even looked and I threw a frog some, and I call it the Rice Krispies.
That's right.
When you hear them brims smacking up underneath that mat.
Yep.
But I never heard that, never saw any blowholes in the mat. And we tried several times through the day to go back to it, but not even any minnows flipping around some of that stuff. I mean, it was like it was just dead. I don't know what it was, but it just wasn't holding anything.
It's that old weather.
Yeah, it's nothing
cold
stabilized yet.
And go back to cold.
I mean, you go to 20 degrees to 80 degrees. I mean, that's gonna mess up anything. That's deer.
I mean that's crazy. Yeah, that's nothing knows what to do.
Well, let's got a couple of little items today on back road news. It's not our normal back road news, but I did want to throw some in there. We hadn't done it in a while. Just really hadn't been a lot going on.
No, it's been pretty quiet.
Yeah, been pretty quiet. You know, we like the crazy stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, but I did want to get y'all's opinion on the changes to Major League Fishing. They put out an announcement a couple of weeks ago, I believe it is, on some changes they're making for this upcoming season, and they're going to break 30 people's hearts because they're going from a field of 180 to 150. So that's the biggest thing for me, you know, as far as, you know, the downside of that. And I guess it's like what you said earlier when we were talking, Rodney, was a little Bidenomics making that
it's
decision.
hitting everything. I believe everybody's trying to cut back, try to make things more efficient. Maybe they'll open up another league or something for those other 30s where they can build back up and try to get where. I wonder if they're going off of qualifying rounds. The more you won, more you're going to get to stay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to go off of.
What's your opinion on that, Lee?
You know, I don't know, and that is the first that I've heard about that. So I was just kind of listening to you guys and trying to think, you know, hey, what's the deal here? What's going on? But I don't know. I mean, why did they give it?
No,
they're doing this?
From what I read, they really didn't get in depth on why they were doing it. You know, one of the main things they talked about was, you know, that
reading 2023 GMC Canyon pickups.
We're having a commercial.
We're sponsored by GMC. Hell yeah!
Damn, when did that happen? Lee, you're holding out.
He's the only one that got a damn truck.
Lee will sponsor y'all, but it's just going to be you, okay?
That was my commercial break. I hit it wrong.
Bullshit.
I knew we were getting screwed.
Well, I can feel it.
No, but you know that they didn't. You know, as far as going in depth on why they're decreasing the anglers. You know, they tried to spin it as it's a good thing, but for 30 anglers, that's not going to be a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing.
But you know that.
You talking about putting 180 anglers up in motel rooms, cameraman, and all your refs? I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But the one good thing they are doing, they're going back to, I should say, is they're going back to the Every Fish Counts format, which I really enjoyed, and based on what I read, a lot of other people enjoyed it too, especially on the, you know, when I looked at it on the social media, you know, everything was positive about that part of it.
People like that different little spin on it. You know, it was a different little where like I said, somebody sits there and they find a school of fish, they can pick them.
Right. I mean, if you catch 50, you know, you know, should get credit for it.
I guess if you go and start looking at from their side, you know, if they're recording, if you got a man that's trying to catch a big fish, his total fishing strategy is different. He's going to be fishing slow, methodical, and he's not going to be catching a lot of fish.
Right.
And that's not good camera stuff. That's not good TV. Good TV is some guys just whipping them left and right in the boat. So
you're right about that.
I think that for their standpoint, they're going to have a lot more footage. It's going to be a lot more exciting.
You know, I never even thought about that, but you're right on that. Keeping with the cameras and keep cameras rolling and having action going on with somebody catching something. That is a good idea.
Because you watch some of them that the cameraman's trying to beg them to talk, and they're like, "I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't caught shit."
I ain't caught.
Yeah. Car ain't good.
Yeah.
Car ain't good.
Got another boat. So,
Yeah. Get on out of here, you.
yeah,
Get on out of here.
anybody can go out there and catch some 12. So,
You know, when I watch, I try to, when the guys weighing them in, they put it on the little hook and the referees, it is a referee, right?
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Referees put it on the hook. I keep waiting for one of them guys to reach over there and pull that tail down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, official. He's an official.
Official, yeah.
Official, that's right.
That's it. It doesn't look like a 4-pounder, but that's what it says.
Well, it pissed me off, though, a couple times I've watched the official. It takes him another 4 or 5 seconds to get it zeroed, and that fish is sitting there dripping. He's losing ounces. I'd be like, hey,
yeah, he's losing that
you
weight.
better have that son gun zeroed when I hook set. I mean, come on.
Now, what do y'all, the part that, I believe this is Major League Fishing, but if the fish pops off and hits the deck, you're penalized, right?
2 minutes.
Is that, what do y'all think about that?
I like any kind of curve like that.
Yeah, and I don't know how that is. I don't know if you've clamped him and you let go, if they still penalize you, or if I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how that goes.
So you're wondering if once you kind of turn the fish over to the ref and he lets it go.
No more. It's you. It ain't me. It's you, man.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I'd like to see
think
that
they
argument.
penalized them on that.
I didn't drop them. You dropped them. No,
Once
you,
each-
sir. You dropped them. 2 minutes. No, hell no, I didn't drop them.
Yeah.
That would be good TV.
You got to give me 4 minutes back.
Yes.
And I have seen, I'm not going to say anybody cheats, but I have seen that's like slight brush. You seen them say that?
I've seen that.
Slight brush my ass. They touch the deck. If it touches it, you should be penalized just like the rest of the guys. Slight brush or not. I'm like, hey, I bet he talks to his ref during the camera's off.
Yeah, hey there.
Give me a little leeway here, buddy.
Hey, good buddy.
Yeah.
But it does make for good TV.
Oh,
I
it
think.
does.
It's
I
like
enjoy it.
basketball. Come on, ref, let them play.
That's
Let 'em
it.
play.
Yep.
It's like old buddy Rusty Burrs. Oh, it didn't affect the play.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
ain't calling that.
Yeah.
it's okay.
Let them play.
Everybody doesn't know Rusty calls football and basketball in his old age.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, all
Hey,
right.
more power to him. I couldn't run up and down the court.
Hell no. I mean, he's 69 years old, and he's running up and down that football field, running up and down the court.
He loves it.
Damn. All right. So the last little bit in our back road news is going to be, and this is going to be fun here. 2 men were fined had 141 crappie over the limit at a lake in Mississippi. 141. Now, the one thing you can say positive is that they must be pretty good crappie fishermen.
One thing, I'm going to find out where they're fishing.
Yeah, they're eating. Wherever it was, they was eating.
Yeah.
You got 141 over.
Yeah, you
So
did pretty good.
You probably had
Well-
30 or a piece, at least, probably.
They might have found a good dynamite hole.
Well, based on what I'm about to tell you, you might not be too far from the truth. All right, I'm gonna name them now. I'm naming names. One of them's name is, I'm from Jacksonville, Alabama, and my vocabulary is limited. So I'm gonna do the best I can. Jian or Jian Wu Hong.
No.
I don't think you pronounced the J.
No.
Maybe I
Isn't
could
that
be
in-
some assistance.
So you're
I'm just
saying Juan? That guy's name's Juan.
Juan.
They're Chinese. They're not Mexican.
Yeah, they don't pronounce it either.
How do you know? You're from
Hey,
Jacksonville
I'm-
too.
Been around a few. I like
The
Chinese.
the M is silent.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. How about the whole damn name is silent? How about that?
Any
All
rate,
right. The second guy, his name is Kiyu or Q. Shit, I don't know. Caillou something M. His last name is Hong too.
hung me low.
They
Retired
hung.
porn star.
They hung too many fish that day.
Yeah, he did. He hung himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, but
doubt.
anyway, they were fined a total for both of them $10,550.
Just let you know, buffet is going up.
No crappie on buffalo.
No crappie on buffalo.
Are we being politically incorrect?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they gonna play like that,
Yeah.
they deserve it.
Yeah, you're right.
Fish
You're
of the
right.
day is over.
Yeah.
They're going.
No fish today.
What is the fish of the day? Shad.
Exactly.
All right, that's backroad news. Been a while since we've done that. I wanted to get it in. I like that segment. It seems to, but it's hard to find.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, Lee. Topic of the day is Alabama hunting and fishing cold weather strategies when you have a cold front come in. How do y'all handle that?
I'll stop you right there. We ain't had no cold front come in here.
We had one.
Yeah, and I got to go bow hunting one time.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, cold weather strategies. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, this is more cold front. What do you change when your hunting pattern when a cold front rolls through?
With me, most of the time, I mean, I don't get to spend as much time in the woods as I want to with my fishing, but I already have some of my that I've got to have that cold weather to hunt these spots. So mine are already set for that. And so I'm not really changing much. I just can't hunt till that happens.
Right. Yeah, you're right about those spots you got. I've been out there with you to help put out some corn and definitely need some cold weather. Get them on their feet in those areas. Rodney, how about you?
Yeah, from what I see in the deer that where I hunt at, it's the first cold front is usually a bad day of hunting. Those deer will lay up and wait till it gets warm because they're just like us. It's 9 or 10 o'clock before we see the first deer. A good 20-degree morning the first time, I really don't have good luck in it. Now, after it stabilizes and stay cold for a long time, they'll go back to their normal deal. But some reason for the first cold days, they don't move early like for me. So I really don't even go out there that early. I hunt midday. It's a lot of midday movement.
That's true. Wait till it heats up. What about fishing? Anything that changes for you, Lee, when you go fishing? And you just say you're, second day of a cold front, usually the coldest day of a cold front.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, these fish have to stabilize. It's the same thing with what Rodney was saying with the deer. I mean, all of it, nature takes care of its own, and that's how it has to do. It has to stabilize and get acclimated to what is everything's changing.
That's right.
The minnows changed, the crawdads changed, everything with that front. So everything has to reacclimate.
Yep.
Well, how far, say you're on some fish, how far do you think the fish move from pre-cold front to post-cold front?
I don't think a lot of times, especially on the Coosa chain, these fish are going to winter pretty close to where they're in their spring patterns too.
I agree.
So what they're doing, because we've got the river channels and the creek mouths and this and that, they don't have to move that far. They can move 20 yards in the wintertime. If the sun pops out for 3 days and it warms things up and the bait fish come up, they may move 20 yards and be in 3-4 foot of water.
They just move with that thermal, don't they?
They move with the thermal. They move where the bait goes. That's
right.
The key to it. They go where the bait goes. But in our crappie fishing, I've seen these fish move as far as a half a mile from one day to the next in some of our bigger creeks, especially the Little River. Once you get up here in the mouths, but you may wind up catching fish late in the day in the back of this creek, coming into Little River or Yellow Creek, and the next day you can't see anything back there. They're all back out of the mouth. So each fish is different, I guess. That's
true. Now I have noticed that when when you are, just a few days past that first cold front, they seem to move a little bit tighter to structure. Did you say that I'm correct in that, or is that just a couple of days I've had where I just got lucky?
Is that me or Rodney?
That's you.
Okay, yeah. I think they find a little comfort zone getting on structure, whether it be brush, whether it be treetops or rock piles. They really, really like to get in there tight to that, and it's kind of a comfort zone to them that they can just kind of sit there. And I tell people a lot of times they'll go in there and get in a coma.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
they just lay there. They're lethargic. They don't do anything, and they lay there and just kind of heal up or get their senses about them before they make a move.
Especially like rocks. I mean, rocks is not going to change with just one night cold front. Them rocks are going to stay pretty much same temperature. So it's not going to change the temperature of the water that much. So
now, Rodney, I know you fished a tournament on Weiss, and it was a post cold front. It had been cold for a few days, and I know y'all fished practice wise.
Yeah, we caught some fish in practice.
How did that affect where y'all's fish stage that y'all found before the tournament?
Well, I think the fish never moved. I think the weather changed so much. I mean, practice days, we had some good weather, some good wind that was creating some current going through bridges, and that was where our main focus was going to be because of we're in such of a drought and there's no current hardly in the lake no more. So the wind going through those bridges was creating a little current, and the fish could set up and feed. The day of the tournament, blue skies, zero wind, just terrible. The shad actually moved. They wasn't on the bridges, so it changed our way of thinking. We totally just had to slow down and just go for broke, start it over. But we ended up catching some fish, and everybody we talked to in that tournament too, all their strategies changed. It went from catching 13, 14 pounds a day. Everybody was struggling to get 7 or 8. But
Lee, in the tournament Saturday, what did you hear? Because there was a ton of people that did not weigh in a fish simply because of the slot limit. I know a lot of people caught fish, but they weren't technically the 15-inch limit, even though they might have been little fat chunks of fish. They weren't 15 inches. What any of the guys that you talked to that did well, and do you know what they were catching them on?
I think most of the guys, and you can look at the leaderboard on that thing. Most of the guys were local guys, so they knew how to fish these. What was going on, they knew what to do. And I think they kind of finessed down through some straight worms, maybe small jigs or something in that deep brush. It's just Smith is not one of my favorite lakes. It's a great place, great fishery. Don't get me wrong, but for what I like to do, it doesn't fit me.
Right.
And I know that from half the field not weighing in, that's not saying anything about the fishery. This was our last tournament of the season. And a lot of guys, if we didn't think we had enough to get a check, we weren't going to weigh in.
Right.
And a lot of guys, you can keep a fish 13 inches or less. So everybody caught fish through the tournament, but there was no sense keeping those fish.
That's right.
Right.
We're all going for a check. We didn't care, to make any points or nothing like that. It was just for a check.
Well, I hear you. Well, I know it's that deep clear water. It's not a body of water that anybody that fishes in Alabama fishes a lot.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We're used to that. Going from stain to muddy, back to stain. A lot of swift moving, shallow water.
Well, there were several times I looked at my hummingbirds and I'm reading 240 feet.
God almighty. That's like we said last time on the show, that's like we dally.
Yeah, we're
except
used to
clear.
Fishing. We're used to fishing stained water to where you line size don't matter. You're up there, all of that matters. So,
right.
That's true. Well, Lee, man, I know you're busy, and I appreciate once again your time. And I know your wife's due home any minute, and we're going to let you have some family time before you got to get ready for tomorrow.
Well, all right, guys. Like I said, I'm fixing to get in here and swap gears and go from bass fishing today to crappie fishing tomorrow. So hopefully it'll be some better news.
Good deal, buddy.
Thank you, Lee. We'll talk to you next week.
See you.
We'll see.
See you, man. Man, it's just been weird.
Oh, it's been weird.
With the weather.
Yep.
Everything that's going on. That's just been crazy.
We need some stable anything. Got a chance of some rain coming. That'd be the first rain we had in 2 months.
I saw that, but it's, it's
change.
one day.
Oh, it's one day. Yeah, it won't be enough to settle the 4 inches of dust. So,
no, it's definitely not going to be enough to get back where we need to be.
Yeah,
but
our green fields are struggling. So,
anything changing as far as hunting right now for you?
No, it's ready to sling bullets. I'm ready tired of toting that crossbow around. I know that. I'm ready to tote a gun.
And that's coming up real quick.
Yeah. Actually, hunting Cleveland County, you can hunt with a gun right now. So.
Oh yeah, that's Zone A, right?
Yes, Zone A.
Yep, Zone A in Alabama is rifle time.
I'm not hearing a lot of people killing nothing in Cleveland County right now. I mean, it's like I said, it's just so dry. There's so many acorns, deer scattered. I mean, they don't have to move much right now. Those acorns wore out, though. These deer are going to have to move this year because they're going to struggle for food.
Well, I know we talked about that last week, that's going to change, some things, but it might be to the benefit of us.
Of hunters.
Yeah, if we can find those spots, that are holding some water, because they're going to have water, and any kind of spot that'll hold some food.
Yeah, your corn pile is going to be good, I believe, this year. Because, I mean,
they're
not going to have all the extra food out there.
That's right. That's right. Well, guys, we appreciate you joining us again. Next week, we're going to have Josh Bragg on.
Special guest,
Josh Bragg. He's from Jacksonville, Alabama. He's one of the hometown guys that has done well. He's fishing the Bassmaster Open Series and has done well. Had several top 10 finishes this last year. And I know a couple of top 20s. And look, man, there's some good sticks in that.
Oh, yeah, they got them.
I don't have the list in front of me, but Bobby Lane fishes that. Rick Clun fishes it. And that's just to name a few of them. I mean, Ish Monroe fishes that series. So there's some good sticks in there, and he's doing well. So I look forward to it.
He might not say this, but I'll be glad to say that he's kinfolk.
Well, that's right.
He's on my side. So.
He is kinfolk to Rodney. So, but he's going to be on with us next week, and we look forward to talking to him. And once again, thank you guys for listening, and God bless you, and God bless America.